What's up guys, welcome back for another DevPro Duel video, again across from a Duel. Again two different decks I didn't feature yet in this kind of cross-format duels. Two decks that were kind of frequently asked by a lot of people. So again, thanks for the suggestions. Again, if you have any suggestions for newer decks for these kind of videos, let me know. The first decklist to see here is called Disaster Dragon. This is Kim Just Jensen's decklist from the European World Championship qualifier, the European Championship in 2011. I'll leave a link in the video description, so feel free to check it out. He got to the top 4 of the World Championship qualifier, and he was qualified for the World Championship that year in Amsterdam, so he ended up top 4 with this deck list. Of course, priority number 1 with this deck is get that Future Fusion to the hand, thanks to Gold Sarcophagus, of course, triple pot of Duality, and take control of the board with Quackimero Drago, and of course the 3 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Then the second deck list, obviously Goat format, Goat Control, also called one of the best formats this game's history, very skillful format back then. Most of the time the more skillful player won, because the games were very slow. This is a fairly standard deck list. It was one of the deck lists I took from the old metagame.com website, from the Shonen Gems back then. Very aggressive build, but yeah, the Dekachi was not very common, very popular back then during GOAT. It was more popular after GOAT format itself. There was a difference in the European and North American metagame, because I remember the winner of the North American championship, I believe it was Max Suffrage, playing the Gravekeeper build from GOAT, and I also think 1 or 2 Air Knights in the main deck, and also the Guardian Kai Est from Dark Crisis. Yeah, very nice. But yeah, in Europe it was more flip control, more flip-flop chaos with Merchants and Dekachi, at least in the tournaments that I went to. Anyway, let's see some duels. Okay, the first game, I'll be the one playing with Ghost. My opponent is playing the Disaster Dragon deck, and looking at my hand, this was a fairly decent hand during Goat. The Exarion was a very good card because of its high defense. You could just set it, very hard to get over. And on the other side, it was nice to get, attack over the opponent's scapegoat tokens and to deal some trample damage. Because Exarion's effect can attack over defense. No Man of Crossout, its face down, was expecting a Masked Dragon, pretty much a recruiter. Maybe also at my first turn I also could have set it the Sinister Serpent. I think that was a bit better, but during Goat format it was better to just keep your Sinister in hand because of the possibility to draw into your Graceful Charity, or your opponent having the link with Duo, so you could just discard your Sinister. And also most of the time you didn't want to set your Sinister because of your opponent's Nobleman of Crossout. But here, obviously my opponent is not playing Crossout and also not the link with Duo, so it's safe to set the Sinister and tribute it for Jinzo. He of course opens with Gold Sarcophagus with 2, that is, so he gets the Future Fusion, which is pretty much priority number 1. Set up your grave with your Wyverns, and if you still have your normal summon left, you can banish a Wyvern in the end phase to special summon a Red Eyes, again to put the pressure on your opponent. And also we got the Moss Reborn, also a powerful card from that deck. One of the cards you would rather want to banish with Gold Sarcophagus to search it out from your deck. So he still has his normal summon. There is a second Red Eyes. My hand's not that great. I do have 2 Darks, I believe, in my grave. But no lights, so I set the Nobleman as a bluff the Torrential Tribute or bluff the Mirror Force, but he goes for Stardust thanks to Delta Flyer, and that's pretty much game over. I can banish one of his Red Ices, but that's not enough, so he can't attack for game. That's one of the strongest things that the Disaster Dragon deck has. If you manage to get your Future Fusion off, it's pretty much game over, since you can pretty much set up your grave and so on. Second duel, I opened with Graceful Charity, but as you know, if you play, if you played Goat format on your own, you would rather want to wait when you have Graceful Charity in your opening hand, unless you have cards to discard. For example, Jinzo or Air Knight, or of course Sinister Serpent. So most of the time it's just wait until you draw into those cards, since there is absolutely no reason to activate a Graceful and discard two useful cards, right? So I draw into Normal Man, not useful at the moment. He's going for the Maxi for the 1-for-1 on the Scapegoat, and I can stall. He's going to attack one Goat token. Then look at my hand. I know Heavy Storm was banned during the 2011 format, so I'm going to set my whole hand. First going to draw into MST, but obviously I'm going to keep the MST for the Future Fusion later. So Normal Summon Blade Knight, he has no response. Since he's seeing no threat, and I set my whole hand, so I only have one card in the hand, so Blade Knight is at 2k attack, so I can attack over the Thunder King. So that's pretty nice. Not going to activate the MST here. I draw into Metamorphosis, which is great, since I have a Goat token, 3 Goat tokens on the field. And here I just should have activated my normal man, which is face down. I don't know what I was thinking, what my thought process was back then. But it was obviously the right move to activate my normal man on his face down, since now I have to Metamorphosis on my tribute one of my Go tokens, but he has warning, okay, which is fine. I'm going to MST his Future Fusion, so now it's pretty much a fair game. He can't go derp over me with his Future Fusion, and the Red Eyes shenanigans in the end phase. I draw into Moth in Magician of Fate, flip over the Null Man, which I should have done earlier, and set the Magician, which is fine. I have a Graceful Charity set, so if my Magician of Fate survives, I can put it face down again with the Book of Moon, so that would be nice. Although he's going to summon his Drago, indeed, attack over the Magician, and I decide to Book of Moon his Drago, since now I can obviously protect my Magician of Fate, and if I draw into some kind of protection like Sakuretsu armor, or as I do now into Mirror Force, I can just flip over my Magician and get back my Book of Moon, and set both and act accordingly to my opponent's moves in his next turn. Since I can, again, for example, Book of Moon my Magician. So I activate Mirror Force, protect the Magician again on his Drago. Activates a Book of Moon on its own to put it face down. He survives. So now, depending on my draw, and I think this is one of the best draws I could have. Drawing to Pot of Greed, activated, draw 2 cards, and maybe kind of greedy, but I think going for the Pot of Greed was a better move over something like Book of Moon again or Metamorphosis, because I have the Graceful Charity set, draw into more outs, more cards that I could discard. I'm not going to discard the Jinzo, I'd rather get it on the field, since I know the deck plays multiple warnings, the Solemn Judgment, multiple bottomlesses, the Disaster Dragon decklist that is, and I go for an early BLS. There isn't really something I have to fear, since I have Snatch Steal in hand. I also have a Ring of Destruction in hand, so just in case he does have an out to my field, I can probably get control back with both the Snatch Steal and the Ring. So very good games, very nice. Then he gets to start, opens with Duel, hopefully no Future Fusion, but he already has the Sarcophagus, so there is a Future Fusion in 2 turns, so hopefully I draw into either the MST, the Breaker, rather the MST and the Dust Tornado to prevent him from setting up his grave. He's going to attack the DD Warrior Lady, going to vanish the Thunder King, the 1-for-1 trade-off. And I think I have the Torrential set, so drawing into the Sangan is perfect, since I can put the pressure with a poke every turn, 1k damage, and I decide to activate one of my power cards, the Premature Burial, to, he already paid 2k with his Solemn Warning, and thanks to Sangan I can every time poke with 1k, and since I do have the Torrential set, I can get some nice value out of my Sangan. There is a Future Fusion, so he's able to set up his grave again, not good. This is definitely not good. He can set up his grave, so there is a free 2/8 beat stick, and next turn he can reborn one of his dragons in his grave. Drawn to Heavy Storm, that could be very important for later in the duel. He's going to activate its effect. I'm forced to activate Torrential, since I don't want to take unnecessary damage, and now my own back row is cleared, so I can nicely Heavy Storm his back row. There is the second Red Eyes, the second Wyvern is banished, which is all fine. Draw into Tsuku, okay, not a bad draw. He's forced to activate the Judgment, so to protect his face down trap. I'm not sure what his face down is. I believe the burst, what is it called? The burst breath? Yeah, he activates the failure on the restrict, which is not good. I don't have any back row, no gold, no Sakuretsu armor or whatever, and there is the 5-headed dragon, and yeah, he still has his red eyes effect, so he's going for Scrap Dragon. Not good for me, since I can just, yeah, pop my restrict. His monsters can't attack as long as my restricted stays up on the field, but yeah, thanks to Scrap Dragon he can clear the field and attack for game. But yeah, as I said, as soon as a dragon player opens with Future Fusion and gets his Future Fusion off, it's pretty much game over. First turn Delinquent Duo, why not? Again, if you're playing in GOAT format, a GOAT format mirror match, it's also rather better to keep your Delinquent Duo in hand, just to be sure that your opponent does not have a Sinister Serpent in hand, or yeah, no Jinzo to just discard his useless cards to the grave. But here, there's pretty much no reason to keep your Delinquent Duo in hand, so pretty much get a plus right off the bat. So yeah, he opens with Future Fusion, not good. I flip my Degachi, hopefully draw into some kind of back row. Decided to Book of Moon his Thunder King, I believe. Yeah, so I could yeah, put my Degachi back face down thanks to Tsukuyomi. Hopefully he gets some nice draws later. He draws into a second Thunder King. Yeah, also ridiculous that Thunder King was at 3 back then in 2011. Very nice, stunnish aspect back then. He draws into a Burst Breath. Very nice deck by yeah, Kim. A very good choice back then. Nobody saw it coming, so he's going to activate the Burst Breath on his Wyvern, so the DD Assailant is destroyed. And yeah, I'm not fearing the Heavy Storm. There is the 5-headed dragon. I'm forced to range, or maybe I should have waited. Just let him go, or yeah, just let him overextend and yeah, attack into the tokens and so on. He makes again a rather strange move, activating the MST. Maybe he should have seen the scapegoat coming, but yeah, I see where he's going to. He wants to have a safe Red Eyes summon in the end phase, so it's all good. Draw into Asura Priest, which is fine. So here I'm forced to Suicide Crash with the DD Warrior Lady. I take some damage, but I'm still sitting healthy. I have a nice card advantage over my opponent, and yeah, with the Scapegoat set, I have some nice protection. There is the second Red Eye, so I have to get rid of the field and look at my hand. I don't have any outs. Draw to Null Man, which is perfect, so normal summon Tsukuyomi. Put that Red Eyes face down, Null Man it, which he's going to Judgment, which is fine. Pretty much Null Man is now, yeah, Null Man's effect, deal 4k burn damage to your opponent, which is fine. I'll take that since I still have that Scapegoat tokens. So I'm sitting nice. Although, yeah, I have a lot of different outs. Snatch Steel, the Mirror Force, I think also, Metamorphosis, and so on. So I have a few outs to get me out of this situation. Yeah, I'm left with one gold token. I think I'm going to draw into Burial. Yeah, a nice power card since I have the DD Assailant set up in my grave. And again, I have to get rid of the Red Eyes, or the Other Eyes. Yeah, you can just special summon a dragon each turn, right? So I'm going to attack over the Thunder King, thanks to the Tsukuyomi, and then Suicide Crash into the Red Eyes. I think, yeah, 2 Red Eyes are banished. Very good, which is definitely a hinder for him. It yeah, pretty much keeps him out of the duel. He's going to activate Duality. I'm not sure what he's going to get. I believe the Cold Sarcophagus for the Monster Reborn, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, indeed. He's going to banish the Monster Reborn, attack my last Go token, which is fine. I have the Asura Priest on the field, so I can attack every monster, which is going to search with this Masked Dragon. Drawn to Tribe. Yeah, very important, since I know the Dragon deck plays, I think, Double Warning and Double Bottomless, and I don't want to take any risks since I'm yeah, very low on life points, so I'm going to set the Exarion with his 1900 defense. Very good. And yeah, no monster, so I'm going to come summon the Asura Priest, try to attack over the Masked Dragon and its targets that he's going to search. But yes, Bottomless as expected, so the set Exarion was the right choice. And here he makes a strange move. I think the Dragon deck plays Brionek, right? So he just could have gone for Brionek and normal summoned his Draco and use Brionek's effect to bounce back my Exarion and attack for game, unless I'm missing something. So now I survive with 100, and that's definitely a mistake he made, since now I can just normal summon Tribe, use his effect, discard a useless Air Knight, call Dragon, clear the field, and thanks to Book of Moon have some kind of backup to protect the Tribe, since I'm only left with 100 life points, very close. So I'm still very much live in a duel. He activates Sark on the Call of the Haunted. Not that great of a move, but no reason to not activate the Sarcophagus here. Normal summon Blade Knight, set a Heavy Storm, and try to attack for game. But it's expected the Masked Dragon, and he's going to end with the Exploder Dragon, pretty much some kind of Night Assailant, the Man-Eater bug effect. So activate Tribe, clear the field, and he needs to top deck something. Yeah, the warning is not live, so GG. Very nice duels. I think that's pretty much it. This week I was busy with school, so I didn't have much time to go into the newer decks. But next week I have a bit more time to focus on the newer decks, the newer archetypes. I think both deck lists are very nostalgic, both this Disaster Dragon deck and of course the Code Format deck. But again, if you guys have any suggestions of decks that I should review, matchups that I should do, you can always leave them in the comment section down below. Guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Leakum signing out. Peace.